So you know what I love? Simulation games. Games that let you pretend to live the life that you actually wish you could. Games like The Sims, Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley, etc., etc., etc. I'm Rox. Welcome to episode 2 of Rock's Starcast. With me today is a returning guest. Introduce yourself, Mr. Returning Guest.
Hello, I am Homecoming Hero, and I am indeed a guest, and I am indeed returning.
Indeed you are. Today's topic, we're talking about simulation games. To start us off, Homecoming, why don't you tell us about your history of simulated games?
Yes, I'm a huge Animal Crossing fan. I've played Harvest Moon, It's a Wonderful Life, Sims busting out on the GBA, and I am a huge fan of Stardew Valley.
Let's talk a bit about The Sims, yeah? So,
Yeah,
my history with The Sims is the very first game I ever played in the series was The Sims busting out on Game Boy Advance. And I don't know why it scared me. Actually, I have an idea of why it scared me, but essentially, I played, well, it wasn't really me that played it. I was watching my friend on the bus play it when I was like 9, 10, and he would bring his GBA to school. And on the bus, he would bring various games, Pokemon, The Sims, and what happened was the part of the game he was in, he had to go through the sewers in order to get to, I think it was like a haunted house in the forest or something. And in this haunted house, he encountered, it was either a ghost or a genie or something. And the genie asked him a series of questions. I just remember it was a dialogue tree. He didn't answer right. Then the genie killed him and laughed at him. And he just respawned at the hospital. And something about that freaked me out. And I don't know what it was.
Yeah, I had that, and I had Sims 2 Pets on the GBA. And here's the crazy thing about Sims 2 and Sims, just the GBA games. They put a lot of mini games in there to pad out the fact that it was a diet Sims game.
Oh, yeah. Also, the GBA games, the GBA titles. Well, I guess all of them. Not all of them. But most of the handheld titles, I'd say all of the GBA titles and all of the original DS titles have a heavy focus on story.
That's right. They have, like, you are a character in this narrative. There are set NPCs to talk to and interact with, and like they all have names and stuff like that. It's way less open-ended than The Sims, but it's on something that has way less processing power.
Well, I'd say it's a bit more open-ended in the sense that the GBA titles are kind of open-world games.
It's open-ended in that it's not open-ended in the fact that, unlike the console, you can't choose your narrative. You are on a set path. So it's oddly, it's open-ended and it's not. And then I also remember that my friend and I had, my friend had Sims busting on the GameCube, and we would play that, and we had fun with it. Although one time, I thought it was so funny, and my friend got mad at me for this. I kept calling the cops because I thought it was funny, And then the cops showed up, and one time the cops got so mad that not only did they find me, but they confiscated my pinball machine and took it with them and walked out. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm already paying the fine. And they're like, yeah, but we're also taking your pinball machine.
So, you want to know something interesting?
What?
So, with The Sims 2, and the Herb Sims in the City, the GBA ports of them, they are all connected plot-wise. Because in the first game, which would be Busting Out, it's revealed that at the end of the game that the entire time you were actually an alien, and you're building a rocket ship to leave to go back to your home planet. And then the Herb Sims in the City happens, where you crash land back on Earth. Like, you didn't get that far. You just essentially went up and then came right back down, but you crashed. You crashed in another city on top of, like, this mega corporation building. I forget the name of it. But you're essentially... The plot of that is essentially you're working for a guy who's essentially... He's trying to take over the city, I believe. And the plot is essentially you're trying to stop him from buying out the city and becoming, well, taking over the city essentially. And then the third game, which would be The Sims 2, you're technically a different character, but it still has all of the same characters from the first two games.
This is crazy.
Right?
This is insane. And so you're saying that, wow. I don't even know if I can wrap my head around it. Like, what made them go and look at The Sims on console and look at Herb Sims in the City and go, oh, this is an urban Sims game, we have more of an urban focus, stuff like that. Let's make them an alien.
I don't I don't know, but to be fair, in The Sims 2, well, to be fair, aliens have been a mainstay in the Sims series for a while. I don't know if it started with the first game or with The Sims 2, but I do know, and this is my favorite aspect of the console version of Sims 2. You can marry an alien. You can literally have an alien waifu.
That's interesting. I wouldn't know what that's like. I'm too busy prank calling the cops and losing my pinball machine. I don't know why they had to confiscate the pinball machine in the process, but my sim wasn't a big fan of that. I think he cried in the living room for like an hour.
I think it was them trying to teach you a lesson. Stop prank calling the cops.
I'm pretty sure the cops also just wanted that pinball machine, and they took it down to City Hall. They didn't put that in the evidence locker or anything. That's like in their break room. They had a great day. They find... They're like, if this asshole calls me one more time, they walk into my house, hand me the citation. My sim's like, oh no, and then they're like, you know what, we're taking the pinball machine also, and then they just walk out. And I was like, I remember my sim going like, whoa, like, no, I'll change, I promise, give me one more chance. Like, they're just taking the pinball machine out. And
the cops are just like, oh, we know you'll change, but we're still taking your pinball machine.
Now you heard my tragic tale of my lost pinball machine. My friend was so mad because he's like, dude, we don't have unlimited money, jeez. Great, now we don't have a pinball machine.
See, I'm gonna out myself here. I only play The Sims with the unlimited money cheat turned on.
So you play easy mode?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I do. I'm not afraid to admit it.
Well, that's fair because when you play the limited income, it's a fun challenge, but not only does it take you a while to get off of the ground, but the problem is that your Sims are very upset and very stressed out for your first hour or two of playtime when you play without it. I had a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine, he was playing The Sims recently, and this is the funniest thing. He had an awesome apartment, he had all this stuff, and he was having a great time, but he didn't have a lot of money left over, so his sim was already upset all the time. And let's just say the neighbors, like his first night in, he's like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed. The neighbors started making noise, like playing guitar and stuff. It's like, dang it all. Like it was a fun time. And I will say this, for my thoughts on The Sims, I haven't played The Sims in a long time. I'm not gonna get on a big soapbox. I hate what they did with The Sims 4.
Yeah, the Sims 4, they added a lot of stuff, but at the cost of like just a lot of microtransactions, overpriced packs. I don't like it.
I don't like it either. I miss old-fashioned Sims, and you see a lot of people going back to Sims 3 even.
Oh, The Sims 3 is a really good time. My favorite, one game I love to play is The Sims Free Play on mobile, because just like The Sims 4, you can create your own town with your own Sims and what have you. But I don't know. I guess it's because at the time when I was playing it in my life, this was at a time that I would binge watch Malcolm in the Middle literally all day, every day. That's literally the only thing I watched was Malcolm in the Middle, and I would just binge play The Sims Free Play on my phone, making up stories for my Sims and what have you. And because of that, I associate The Sims Free Play with Malcolm in the Middle.
That's fair. I would like to share a personal story that's related to this topic now.
Okay, go for it.
I was in a really rough spot. A lot of things happened at the beginning of 2019. Like, I got hit with some rough life events back to back to back to back. Like, in personal life, in friendships, in physical health. It was a lot. And there was a point also in my physical health that I was basically bedridden. And you know what I did?
What?
I did nothing but play Stardew Valley and watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So you saying that remind me of that story and how video games are therapeutic.
Games... they absolutely are. Especially life sim games, because games like Stardew Valley, The Sims, they're relaxing. You don't have to put that much thought or effort into anything you do in those games. They're the kind of games you play when you just want to sit back, relax, and just have a good time playing something while watching TV, or, you know, they're good. The life sim genre, in my opinion, are the perfect games to play when you want to escape from reality.
Agreed. And that's why, if it's cool with you, is there anything else you'd like to say about The Sims, or can I hop into Stardew?
We can hop right into Stardew. I would like to say, before we get deep into why we love games like Stardew and Harvest Moon, I just want to say, Abigail is best girl.
Wrong.
There, I said
wrong. It's Penny. Penny is best girl.
It's okay, Homecoming. It's okay to have wrong opinions.
How dare you? You know what? Fine. Here's my opinion. Here's my hot take. all the guys in Stardew suck, and all the girls are amazing.
I don't really have an opinion on that, but fair enough.
Sam, boring. Sebastian, I want to punch him. Clint, the worst. Harvey, boring. Alex, the jock, he's okay. He takes care of his grandparents. He's like probably my favorite one. All the guys, The girls, Emily, awesome fashion designer. Haley, least favorite girl because her storyline is just her being less mean. Abigail, cool. Leah, amazing. Penny, awesome. Maru, amazing.
I will say Leia. I will say that Leia is my second favorite girl in Stardew. If usually when going after a character to marry, if I can't go after Abigail for one reason or another, I usually go with Leia. I love both of their personalities and their character arcs. Specifically Leia's. Leia's has a really nice character arc that it's not something I relate to, but I feel like it's relatable to a lot of people. Especially if you're an artist moving to a new town or if you're getting out of a bad relationship.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree. And I love Penny because she is sweet and gentle, and I hate that the story does this, but the only way to get her out of Pam's is to marry her.
Yeah. That's one thing about Stardew Valley that I'm not a huge fan of is how they portray, I'm saving this character by marrying them. So, not a fan of that.
Yeah, like, why can't it be like in Persona, where when you max out a confidant with somebody, their lives just get better, and even if you don't end up romancing that character, they become more independent.
Yeah. Sticking with farm games, let's go into Harvest Moon. What's your history with that series?
I've only played one, called It's a Wonderful Life. I do have the Friends of Mineral Town remake. I haven't gotten to it yet, and I actually have another farming sim that's been taking up my time that I'll talk about later when we transition. But yeah, played a lot of It's a Wonderful Life. My friend told me that there's a sequel to It's a Wonderful Life on the PS2 where they let you play as a girl, and they added even content to it. And yeah, they put it on the PS2, so I feel like that's kind of a good sign that It's a Wonderful Life did well for them because they made it multi-platform and re-released it. But yeah, memories are a little hazy because I played it a lot during the GameCube era and back in 2005, but I remember liking it. Very chill game, very relaxing OST. But what about you? What about you in Harvest Moon?
So, the very first Harvest Moon game I ever played, which ultimately got me into the series, was the original on Super Nintendo. But here's the thing. I never had a Super Nintendo, so I played it the cough cough funny way, cough cough. And I loved it. I loved what I played. That made me also want to try out Harvest Moon 64. Now, while I did have a Nintendo 64 at the time, I still do, I didn't have Harvest Moon 64, so once again, I played it the cough cough funny way, cough cough. And once again, I loved it. Unfortunately, I didn't get as invested in 64 as I did with the original. Not sure why that is. But the Harvest Moon game I got the most invested in. My favorite one has to be Harvest Moon Animal Parade on the Wii. I have spent countless amounts of hours in that game, mainly trying to romance the witch. Is that one that you've played before, or?
I have not. I am familiar with certain YouTubers covering that one, but aside from that, no. I really haven't dived into Harvest Moon that much.
Okay.
But I am excited to do the Friends of Mineral Town remake. I plan on playing that because I'm going to be going back to Animal Crossing because the way I play Animal Crossing is in spurts. But there is one life sim like game that is consuming all my free time that I will get to, that I've already alluded to. But nope, haven't played much Harvest Moon aside from It's a Wonderful Life.
If you don't mind me asking, what would that game be that's consuming all your time?
It is Ooblets.
Ooblets, really?
Yeah, it's a farm sim. It's a farm sim and a life sim and a creature collection game.
Interesting. I've heard good things about Ooblets. What are all the, just out of curiosity, what are all the features of it?
So Ooblets is a game where it starts with a very heavy statement.
Okay.
Your life is a giant toot. And the worst part is that there aren't even any Ooblets in it. That's literally the opening line of the game.
That's a line I can agree with. Life is a giant toot.
Your menus are ya and nah and let me hear it again and I know it.
Just how similar to Harvest Moon is this game? Like, can you get married or what?
There's no marriage because they really focus on the creature collection. Instead, you get friendship stickers.
Okay.
And so yeah, you land in town, get a till, you get seeds, you get ways to earn money, you get side quests, you get a bunch of colorful characters to meet, and I mean bright and colorful. This game is very in your face, very super bright and happy and upbeat. Even when it's raining, the music is really good. And then there are the Ooblets, which have 3 variants. Normal, I forgot what the other term is, but there's one that's like shiny, and then they have one that's like shiny with a different color scheme called Gleamy. So they have 2 different kinds of rare Ooblets, aside from the normal ones. What you do is that you get your starting Ooblet, and you meet Ooblets who have their own requirements. So say you need 2 carrots. Suddenly you have 2 carrots, the Ooblet will run up to you and challenge you to a dance-off. And that's how battles are done. The dance-offs are done via card game, where the first person to a roughly 35 points wins. And you can do cool things, like my favorite is the robot side key, where one of his special abilities lets him do the same move twice in a row without spending the points. So say you have something that says earn 10, play side key special ability card, and then suddenly you're getting 20 points in one move.
Okay. I'm gonna have to give this game a try. I've never played it before. I've heard nothing but good things about it. So I'm definitely gonna have to give this one a try later. But moving away from life sim games, because I mean there are other simulation games out there. What are some of your favorite games that aren't related to life sims? Like, they're not farming games, they're not games where you get married. They're more more akin to games where maybe you build a town or an amusement park or
Ooh.
Yeah, what's your history with those kinds of games?
Zoo Tycoon.
Interesting.
I love Zoo Tycoon, and I know it was a free game on the PS5. I do not have a PS5 at the time of this recording. I do want to still play it at some point. Planet Coaster looks amazing.
Oh, I just downloaded Planet Coaster on my PS5 earlier today. It's so fun when you know what you're doing. The thing is, I am not used to playing park building. I love playing city building games like SimCity or like those mobile games where you just plop a building down, a pre-built building down, or what have you. I've never played an amusement park building game before, so while I love the idea, I have no idea what I'm actually doing here.
Fair. I also loved SimCity on the DS. SimCity DS was a solid time. I mean, it's basically just like Super Nintendo SimCity, but you gotta hate when you're just trying to build the economy and aliens just destroy everything.
Or my favorite, this originates from the original Super Nintendo SimCity. When you're building up your town, only to have Bowser come and tear everything down.
You gotta be kidding me. Bowser's in the Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah, he is. There are various disasters that you can cause to happen to your city, like earthquake, tornado, hurricanes, alien invasions. The kaiju attack specifically is Bowser. The game even refers to him as Bowser, and it states that the whole reason he's here is because he's looking for Mario and Luigi, and he's destroying your town in the process.
Wow. That's insane. That's crazy. I did not know that because I only played the DS one, which I don't think has Bowser in it.
No, it's the only game that has the Mario references, as far as I know. I could be wrong here, but is the original Super Nintendo one, because in the original SimCity, when you once you get your town to I think it's Megapolis, the largest it can possibly get, as a reward, you'll be rewarded a statue of Mario that you can place in your city.
You did a great job. Let's give the credit to someone else. Thank you, Mario. You helped us, you as the player. I'm right over here. What was that? Mario, you made our town what it is. It would be nowhere without you, Mario. We love you, Mario.
I'm the one that built up this town from literally nothing. Let's celebrate the existence of Mario.
Oh, so the player's playing as Luigi.
Oh my god.
You are, you're building up so much, but everyone only wants to talk about Mario, so you're Luigi.
Well, I mean, the game does state... I think you're just playing as a random dude, because the game does mention that when Bowser shows up, he's not just looking for Mario, he's looking for Mario and Luigi, which implies that it's not you. So I think you're just some random person.
Oh, so on the ladder of life, you're even below Luigi.
Yeah.
It's kind of stinks when you're below Luigi.
Yes.
I'm here to destroy your city. I'm not Mario, Luigi. I'm not Mario.
And Bowser's just like, you're not Mario or Luigi, but I'm sure they're somewhere in your city, so I'm just gonna destroy everything until they come out. Bowser, they're not here. We'll see.
I watched the Super Mario Super Show. I know the live action bits. I know they're hiding in here somewhere. Where's their plumber's office that Dracula and Indiana Jones hang out in?
Going back to life sims, just a little bit. just a little bit before we wrap up, because I feel like we should start wrapping up soon.
Okay.
Have you ever played My Time at Portia?
No, because I've been told by a lot of people that is a Stardew ripoff.
I wouldn't say it's a Stardew ripoff, but it is essentially Stardew Valley in 3D. Instead of you being a farmer, you're an inventor, and you do explore dungeons and what have you. It also has this weird mechanic where you can challenge you can challenge the residents of the town to duels, as well as paper rock scissors, and regardless of if you win or lose, your relationship level will go up with them.
Oh, so they love fighting?
Yes, essentially. I mean, they do have a full-on they like I think it's like once every month or something like that. I forget. It's been a while since I played it. But they do have actual fighting tournaments.
Oh, what a beautiful day. You know, milk the cow, soil the seeds, or not soil the seed, put the seeds in the soil, and duel everyone in my path. I'll make you love me. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Like that. Like they have an entire arena set up just outside of town and everything.
oh, so it's illicit rock, paper, scissors. Got it.
No, not that. Okay, it's not for paper, rock, scissors. When I say duel, I mean like actual fighting.
Okay.
Though you can still play paper, rock, scissors with them as well, but for the tournament, no, it's actual, like, the two of you actually fight.
Well, it is on Game Pass, which I have, so I will give My Time at Portia a shot. Stardew Valley's also on there.
I highly recommend it. Give it a shot when you can.
Okay. Also, for those interested, Epic Game Store has a timed exclusive hold on Ooblets, so it's either through Epic Game Store or on Xbox. And it's still very much in beta, it's still very much in development. I thought I would give everyone, just a heads up on where they can find it, because I think it's a great game.
That's fair. Anyway, we could literally be here talking about sim games all day. In fact, I might make this a part 2. I might make a part 2 to this episode. Anyway, Homecoming, would you give the nice people at home a reminder as to where they can find you?
Thank you. And I am at Homecoming Gamer, so Homecoming with 1G and then AMER at twitter.com. I have blogs and other projects to share there, including projects where I team up this wonderful co-host friend right here. And yeah, thank you for having me on again. It was a delight, even if you made me recount the police taking my pinball machine.
Yep, that's a thing that happened in The Sims. Anyway, until next time, folks, have a good one.